morning, it looks like, it seems like the market is going to be under a bit of pressure. That's what the SGX Nifty is suggesting. 3 straight days now we've been seeing selling from FIs. Let's see which way it goes. Our research team is here to give us a list of top 10 stocks as we head into trade today. Anuj, let me start with you. Of course, Yes Bank will be top of mind, but what are the stocks you're looking at?
Yeah, Yes Bank will be top of mind, but I think I'm still looking at Bata. My sense is that yesterday was the start of a fresh re-rating. It's of course, it may not work today itself, but 7% higher yesterday. The one clear message of the market of the earnings season is that it will reward companies which come out with great earnings regardless of valuation. The same money is moving into fewer and fewer stocks. I mean, ultimately you have to make money, right? So whether you're a reluctant bull or not, it made a fresh all-time high yesterday. The delivery volumes went up 5.5 times. So there's a lot of money being put even at all-time high in the stock because there's visibility, of course. I think on the downside, let's watch out for BPCL. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Crude's on the boil again, and there's a good chance that this year oil marketing companies will underperform. They always underperform in election years. So whether crude goes up or down, this time crude's also going up. So that could be.
I guess oil marketing companies also today the Bharat 22 opens. So that also will mean that there's more stock available, and that also could be negative. Though I don't know what's the composition of the new ETF. Okay, I would obviously watch the no-brainer again, Yes Bank. My sense is it's a 10% higher stock, at least at the start, because it's a major overhang, and the report from the regulator that there is nil divergence would be very positive. So Nomura is calling for a price target of 245. Motilal is calling for a target of 270. All of them, I think even Macquarie says a major overhang is off. So you should see a near-term re-rating, especially because the worry was that the new management would do some kitchen sinking. So and there are a lot of shorts, as I think Anuj had explained it considerably. There's so much of short positions that there could be a major short covering. The other stock also would be DHFL, which you have to keep on your radar. Harshal Mehta, the current CEO, will no longer has resigned from the position of MD and CEO, but continues as President Retail Products. So now this is a bit of a half bad news, if you will. It looks like Harshal Mehta doesn't want to head the wholesale piece. We don't know, but the market will take that negatively. So a little more perhaps red on DHFL stock.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out on DHFL and Yes Bank, but Lupin could be in the green because the Delhi High Court has set aside the ban on Lupin's diabetes drug. Ekta's here to tell us more about that. Hi,
yes, absolutely. Well, the drugs that we're talking about is gluconorm PG1 forte, gluconorm PG2 forte, and these are important drugs for Lupin, which is around 70 to 80 odd crores on an annualized basis, and anything above 50 crores is significant in the Indian markets. So Lupin, remember, had challenged this FTC ban notification in the Delhi High Court and had termed it arbitrary, lacking basis in facts. So now this should be positive news for Lupin.
Okay, Ekta, thanks a lot for that. That's Lupin. It's been a weak stock though, so let's see how it moves. Anisha, some positive news for ABB?
Oh, well, yes. To give you a bit of background, in December 2018, Hitachi Global had decided to acquire a majority stake of ABB's power grids business, and as a part of the restructuring, the India power grid business was supposed to go to Hitachi. Now, what the company has announced yesterday is that they're looking at demerger of the power grids business initially as the preferred option versus the slump sale. Now, why this is positive? Well, the minority shareholders might have lost value because if it would have been a slump sale, because the Indian business is being undervalued when compared to the global business, and now given it will be demerged, the market will get to decide the value, and that is a positive. Secondly, when Hitachi comes to take over the business, there might be a possibility of open offer, and that should be again a positive for the investors. So overall, a green tick on ABB today.
Okay, green tick on ABB. Ekta, what's the buzz on Fortis? How did the numbers look?
Well, weak numbers. So the revenue is down around 1.6% year-on-year, led by hospital revenue down 1.2% year-on-year, and the margins came in at 3.45 versus 4.6%, loss of 180 odd crores, which extended on a year-on-year basis, and finance costs, for example, were high at 111 odd crores. The company did say there were a lot of one-offs such as goodwill impairment, legal charges, as well as interest costs, which rose because of a prepayment of a loan. So it seemed as though it was a quarter marred by one-offs, but nonetheless operationally still weak.
Okay, thanks for that. Anisha, back to you. NBCC.
Well, it was an operationally weak quarter for NBCC as well. Revenue was largely in line with expectations, but the margins came in below 3% versus an expectation of over 5%. And that too has been driven by the real estate segment of the company and not the core PMC segment. So I'm expecting a red tick today on NBCC.
Okay, some more numbers coming in post-market hours. Repco Home Finance. Abhishek is here to tell us that. He'll also tell us why he's watching Rel Cap. Abhishek, over to you.
Well, Sonia, to begin with, the loan growth for Repco Finance is at 6-quarter high due to the low base effect. However, the asset quality has deteriorated as gross NPA inched up to 3.9 versus 3.6% quarter-on-quarter. And the operating profit remains really weak at just plus 3% YOY, but minus 3% quarter-on-quarter. The Reliance Capital is also a weak set of numbers. The top line or the income is down by 7% YOY and about 6% quarter-on-quarter. The consolidated PAT or profits is down 25% quarter-on-quarter. The commercial finance AUM has declined YOY and quarter-on-quarter. The home finance business has seen a sharp decline in net interest margin, while the operating efficiency has deteriorated for the general insurance business. Back to you.
Okay, thanks for that. Anisha, some more results that you're watching?
Well, these are the stocks that are in news on account of some of the events. Jet Airways, for example, of course, it has its results today, but separately there are reports that says that the lessors and lenders will decide on repossession of planes by February 21st. So this is something that you'll have to keep on your radar. Another company from the aviation space which is in focus today is Interglobe Aviation. We have heard how 49 flights were cancelled from Mumbai yesterday as far as Indigo goes, and now the expectation is that Indigo will have to cancel 30 flights on a daily basis, and that means 2% of the total flight capacity. Moving on to Pidilite, wherein they have set up a JV in Africa, and but using this business, they are going to use the construction chemicals and waterproofing materials business. PSP will be in focus because the company has emerged lowest bidder on projects worth around 400 crores, so positive news there. And lastly, a positive news for Trident as well, as they have received a patent for air-rich yarn in the fabric business in USA, so that will be positive as well.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, Coffee Day is in focus, as it has been for the last many weeks and months. Mugdha is here to tell us more about that. Over to you.
Blackstone is set to snap up the 100-acre Global Village Tech Park in Bangalore, which is owned by Coffee Day Group subsidiary Tanglin, and we understand that the deal could be as much as 2,700 crore rupees. Now, with sources are telling us this deal is currently in the due diligence stage and will be closed as early as March. Now, Blackstone is going in on this deal with Salarpuria Sattva, which will be the development partner. And remember, both these companies have worked together on tech parks in Hyderabad as well. Now, the move by VG Siddhartha to sell this park comes along with, his push to sell Coffee Day's 20% stake in Mindtree in order to pare the company's debt and also strengthen the balance sheet. But sources are telling us that the IT department is still to release, Coffee Day's stake, 4.5% stake in Mindtree, which it had attached last month. And remember, we had also reported that Coffee Day has appealed to the income tax department to attach Coffee Day's shares and release Mindtree's shares instead.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. We'll watch out for Coffee Day, and of course, Sonal, some other results?
Yes, I have a long list, and I'll start with Godrej Industries, where the standalone numbers looked good. There's a good margin expansion because of lower costs. In fact, the revenues are also up around 14% at 563 crore rupees. Moving on, PNC Infra, the numbers look good. EBITDA increased by 54%. Profits will look lower. That is because last quarter had a one-off gain. Kiri Industries, on the other hand, reported weak set of numbers. The EBITDA margin declined by around 210 basis points, and same is the case with RSWM, where the numbers looked really weak. It has reported a net loss of 28 crore rupees versus a profit last year. Lemon Tree Hotels, good set of numbers. The net profit has increased by 34% on a YOY basis. Looks good for Lemon Trees. And Prabhat Dairy has also reported good set of numbers. The weak set of numbers. The cons EBITDA margin has reduced. Also, the profits are down around 32.5%. Last, Oracle Financial Services, where the EBIT margins, they have improved 100 basis points sequentially after a weak quarter that they saw last year. However, profits are lower because of lower other income, and also the license fees is muted this time around, so expect some red on that stock. Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, here's a quick recap of all the stocks that you need to watch out for. Stocks with positive news flow, of course, Yes Bank tops that list. You have Lupin, Bata, ABB India, Coffee Day, Pidilite, PSP, Trident, Godrej Industries, PNC Infra and Lemon Tree. While stocks with negative news flow are names like DHFL, BPCL, Fortis Healthcare, NBCC, Repco Home Finance, Reliance Capital, Interglobe Aviation, Kiri Industries, RSWM, Prabhat Dairy and Oracle Financial Services. We'll take a quick break on that note, but on the other side of the break, do you expect more selling pressure in the market, and is this still the time to short? Ashwini Gujral, Sudarshan Sukhani and Mitesh Thakkar will be with us.